Hello, this is Will from JourneyWallStreet.blogspot.com. I'm here for the trades reviews for May 25th, 2012. Well, this was my first day back of trading for this week, and yeah, I missed trading. Couldn't do much the last couple of days, and fell back asleep on Tuesday. So not much action this week, but felt nice getting some trades in. So let's just go straight to the trades. One of the first trades I was in CHK. It wasn't really that great or well thought out trade, but it was makeable, I guess. But probably shouldn't have. So not much. I mean, just a 2 minute inside bar type of move. Um, it didn't work out, and I hit out. I was expecting, since it gapped higher, that it could, just pulling back support here and on this way, but it pulled back and stopped me out. So that was pretty much it. I had too much size for this type of play. Really should have been half that size. I shouldn't have lost 100, probably lost 50 at the most, but it happens. LinkedIn, this trade was not a well thought out trade either. So, what I noticed here was, pretty simple. 15-minute inside bar. As soon as it broke the low, just this little tick here, I shorted. So, this trade I shouldn't have made. This was probably my biggest mistake, because at this point LinkedIn was trading about flat for the day, and this type of setup, it's okay if it was maybe if it traded up higher up here and then it did that pattern, this 15-minute inside bar pattern. It sort of would have been like a climactic buy with a potential failure. Or if it was trading all the way down here and then had this type of pullback and then this pullback just failed. Those two would have been better trades, but it was right in the middle and it could have gone either way. So even though I only did 100 shares, this was kind of a big risk, even though the risk versus reward was okay. Just because of where it was trading, I probably shouldn't have made that trade. But it is what it is, and you kind of live with the good and the bad. Next trade was in ORCL. This was more or less a tape trade from the open, or close to the open, I guess. You can't see it here, but pre-market, you see this was somewhat of a level right here. And I just kind of shorted there with a 1 cent stop. So I didn't lose much, and it was more of a pre-market level type of trade. Then later in the day, I was trading BIDU. So my thinking from BIDU was, it's been trading above this 50-cent area all day, and towards the end of the day, it had this 15-minute inside bar here. Although the risk versus reward off of this pattern alone is not that great, because the measure move on it is really low. The fact that it was holding above 50 for quite a while, and if it does drop, it'll drop. My thinking was, if it does drop, it'll drop below. It'll take out this 50 and trade it back down to the low of the day, maybe around 75, or maybe at least to the whole. But as you can see, that never really did happen. I noticed that the 12 was buying quite a bit. So at this point, I thought about hitting out at the 12, but I just never put it in order. So I kind of moved my stop above, above that candle there, and eventually I stopped out for a very small profit. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad of a trade because I thought it had a potential for follow through. It just never happened. So, that's fine. Pay, this trade I wish I had back. So, I was looking at this more or less as a pullback trade because it reported bad, and here's the pullback here, and there was a 5-minute inside bar around these areas. I think right there was the one I got short at. So I only shorted 200 shares once it took out this this low right here, and I knew my measure move was very small, but because it had weak earnings, I made a cover near down there, sort of near the low of the day, and I also used a measure. I think it was a 5-minute inside bar. Yeah, so I sort of used this 5-minute inside bar as a measure move to get out of the position. But in reality, I probably should have held on longer because this was a stock that's in play. It had earnings, and generally you want to be in these stocks because it's kind of less whipsaw, less choppy, less wicks, and has a higher chance of follow through. So the right move would have been to cover half here and hold the rest until there was a reason to get out. And there probably wasn't really a reason to get out until maybe somewhere around this area. So that was a big mistake here. And I did make a profit, but I should have had a better game plan. So I kind of let this slip away. Finally, my final trade was in Facebook. It couldn't trade above 32 at the area where I was looking at, was just right here. And honestly, I didn't even know I can short it because I wasn't trading the last couple of days. So I kind of did a feeler lot just right here just to see if I can short it, and hey, I could. So after that, I decided to let's pile it on. So I saw this inside bar right here, and yeah, I hit that with size with my stop above 94. As you can see, it worked out pretty nicely because it never well, it got close to my stop, but it never did. And I started covered some at the 75, which was the low of the day, and covered the rest at covered some more at 70, and then put my stop to break even, which was back to 85. And as you can see, hit my targets and then stopped me out. And the regret was I should have, actively looked to get back in, or maybe continue to pay attention to what Facebook was doing, because it offered a couple more inside bars here, inside bar there, and inside bar there that I give more opportunities to get short. But I guess I covered too early, and maybe I should have adhered to my original stop. But I was able to make money off of this trade. Hit my measure move, so I can't really be too upset about it. But the fact that I didn't try to actively look to get back in, and I sort of coasted after this trade, that was the part that I was more upset about. So overall, I had a decent day for the first time back. Not anywhere near what I was making last week, but I didn't have much time to prepare this week and didn't put in all my work. So take what you can get. I haven't spent much time charting yet. I will do so over the next couple of days. There's not much in terms of earnings anymore, so it might be a pretty quiet rest of the month. But it just means I need to do my homework and find more opportunities on the longer term time frames and make my notes accordingly. And there you have it. Those are my trades, and hope you have a great long weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.